still have this bedroom, and it's been something we'd always thought would happen, and it just kind of did.
So we spoke about it before we had our own children, and then we didn't know when was the right time. Then we had 3 children of our own, and as they got a little bit older, we thought that was the right time.
Yeah.
So we did.
We did a lot of research. We looked at all sorts of places. We looked at local authority, and for us it was the support and care you put into our own children as well, not just the foster children. And obviously the foster children's care is obviously paramount, but it was really important for us that our own children were going to be seen as an important part of helping these children grow up too. And it wasn't just about us two.
We looked into and spoke to several agencies and the local authority. And the other thing that 3 Circles offered, which no one else did, was educational support for the looked after children. So a company called NTNAS support the children through their education, and that was really important to us because they've not had the best starts in life, and sometimes that can affect their education. On
top of that, we also, when we were speaking to different places, agencies and things, we were speaking to somebody who was in the office, and it was for us the fact that it was Tim that contacted us. We left a message and Tim contacted us actually. Yeah. It wasn't like not to undermine anyone's work, but it wasn't someone in the office, it was actually the person who runs the whole thing that gave us that time. Oh, where do we start with that?
There's lots of little things. I suppose that's the one thing to take away. It's not always like it's not a Hollywood film. There's little small things, probably every day actually.
Yeah.
And you just get that little bit of reward. I think that, they're making progress. Obviously sometimes they have a setback. Yeah. But then you sort of, I suppose in those moments is when you hang on to the positive moments of, we are doing a good job and we are helping this person. Yeah. I suppose the first holiday we took our first foster child away, she said during the holiday it was the best holiday of her life, which was really nice. Yeah. And they both said Christmas has been their favourite Christmases.
Yeah, I think as well it's the little thing like when I remember the first time they said, "Can we go home?" And I was like, "Don't cry." It's really nice.
I think there's, again, going back to why we chose 3 Circles in the first place, I think it was clear from sort of speaking to the different people that work at 3 Circles that there's tons of support, and it's really like almost like a family feel. It is. Like we feel sort of always welcome when we go to the office.
Yeah.
Everyone knows us by name. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like a massive corporate organisation. It really does feel quite tight knit.
We're all part of the team.
And everyone's supportive of each other.
I think the days out as well that are provided are just amazing. Yeah. And the fact that, again, our birth children are included in those, it makes us feel like, and it sounds a weird thing to say, but a normal family, and we're all there together. And I think it really helps our foster children look around and see that there's lots of other children in the same boat. So the support days are brilliant.
There's always someone on the end of the phone if you need sort of help or advice, so you just want to chat about something you're not sure of. There's always someone there. Our supervisor, social worker, is amazing.
He is amazing.
Really supportive, really helpful, really reassuring. Actually, there is moments when you might have doubts if you're doing a good job, but he's always there to sort of back us up. The training's great. There's loads and loads of courses, and it does really sort of help build your confidence as you go and gives you more skills. And then there's also a lot of support as well for us and the children, the looked after children and our own children actually. So one of our foster children has sort of a one-to-one support worker, and she finds that hugely beneficial. She's come a long way in the time that she's been with us, and a lot of that is down to that sort of one-to-one support that she receives. So in terms of the progress they've made and how their life has changed, but they both told us where they were before in terms of where they were sort of living and in their own sort of in themselves, they weren't in the best place, and they seem happy. I suppose that's, you know, some all children have ups and downs, of course, but overall they seem really happy. They're starting to make you know, more progress at school.
I think they know they're safe.
Yeah, and I think for the first time they probably feel part of a family.
Yeah,
and that's really important to sort of have that sense of belonging. I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing we've given them. If you're sort of got love to give and you care, if you can give a child love and care, that's just a great place to start. And then everything else, there's so much training and support in place that you won't know everything at the start, and it is a big learning curve. But
we're still learning.
You know, we're only a couple of years in, and we're still learning all the time. But it's definitely just go for it.
And as well, don't let the things that you hear, all those sort of stereotypes, put you off. Because I was nervous, I was really scared about certain things before going into it. And you open your door and there's a child stood there, and you see that there's just a child, and that's all it is, just someone that needs someone to love them. I think that's the biggest thing.
It's made things busier, that's for sure.
It has.
We already had quite a hectic life anyway, but we just had to sort of embrace that, I suppose, and it's made it more fun.
Oh, it's amazing! It's
more
amazing.
Rewarding.
Like, I love it. I think it is so rewarding, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like a weird. It sounds a bit awful because obviously you're raising your own children, and every moment's like, but then when you're raising someone else's child in that sense, and you see that the impact that has. It makes you appreciate what you're doing for your own as well. I don't know. I think the training as well definitely made me think about my parenting and like how to approach things differently, like that therapeutic aspect. And I think one of the most amazing courses that was the PACE training, wasn't it? And you realise you already do so much naturally anyway, like the playfulness and all that side of things was fantastic for us to recognise. It's for your own self-worth where you sit there going, no, we're actually all right at this. We're doing an all right job.